just jump right in. We would like to welcome Corey Connors to the interview room here at the Fortinet Championship. Corey, thanks for stopping by for a few minutes. Catching you after a good season, 4 top 10s, a couple of top 5s at big events, get you all the way through the Tour Championship and 26th place finish in the FedEx Cup. All that said, just kind of assess your season and how you're feeling as you heading into a big stretch coming up.
Yeah, it was a solid season. Certainly a goal of mine was to get back in the winner's circle last season. I wasn't able to do that, but felt like my game was really solid. Made some improvements and a lot of really good weeks. Played well in the first couple playoff events to cement my spot in the Tour Championship, which was another goal. And it's always nice to end the season there. It's great event, giving you a chance to win the FedEx Cup. Definitely was maybe out of gas a little bit that week and didn't quite have it. But overall, the season would have to be classified as a success. It was very consistent. Looking forward, trying to continue the good play, but try and give myself some more chances to win and have continue to have those top finishes in the big events. But yeah, excited to be here this week and looking forward to the President's Cup next week. Be my first time there, and definitely got a challenge ahead of us, the international team. But got a young team. We're all hungry, and it'll be fun.
I'm sure that question will come up. One more for me, and then we'll take a few from these guys. You're making your 4th start here at Silverado and first since finishing in the top 15 in 2019. You've had a chance to see at least the back 9. Just some thoughts on being back here and how this course kind of sets up for your game.
Yeah, it's a great golf course. Kind of has an old school feel. Narrow fairways and tree lined. Really impressed with the condition of the golf course. It's always been good, but getting here this year, it's in fantastic condition. I got some firmness, which is going to make it challenging. I think the weather forecast looks pretty sunny, so it'll continue to firm up, and that'll definitely make things tricky out there. But great golf course. Feel like you can sort of see your shots well, and I'm excited for the test.
Okay. Well, with that, we'll take a few questions. Start with Cameron.
Corey, do you typically like to play the week before a major or the week before a big event? And like how many in a row do you some guys figure they can do 3 in a row or 4 in a row, and they start to really get it going on the 3rd or 4th one? And then secondly, what's been your experience at Quail Hollow? How do you like that course?
Yeah, I would say, trying to play no more than 4 in a row is sort of my ideal schedule. Like I said earlier, East Lake this year was my 4th in a row. It was pretty hot, playing those events throughout the summer, and definitely felt a little bit fatigued that week. So not trying to do too many more than that. I find, I like to play the week before the majors for the most part. I've kind of experimented playing, not playing, and I feel like playing the week before, kind of have a better sense of where my game's at in tournament, conditions. So, excited to be here. Looking ahead to the President's Cup. Hopefully, can have some good form, have a good finish this week, and get some momentum going into next week. I would say, I think playing kind of my 2nd, 3rd week, I'm going to be playing my best if I have a stretch of events in a row. And as far as Quail Hollow, it's one of my favorite golf courses on tour. Has a bit of an Augusta feel to it. Beautifully manicured and great shape to some of the holes. Some a little bit up and down, but I've always really loved that golf course. Haven't had any great finishes there, but I think it sets up well for my game. I think hitting it a little further is definitely an advantage. I'm not known as one of the longest hitters, so don't really have that going for me. But I think it's important to be, in control of all parts of your game, from tee to green. Greens can get firm and fast, quite a bit of slope on some of them. So it's a place that I've always really enjoyed playing, and I'm really excited for that challenge next week.
Corey, players out here on this tour talk about the 3 pars on this golf course, how they can be very, very challenging. You don't want to have mistakes on those par threes. Can you talk about these 4 3-pars out here and just how difficult of a test those 3-pars present?
Yeah, they're all very challenging, especially the 2, 11 and 15 on the back 9. Some water, short and right of both of those greens. Maybe makes you kind of aim a little further left, but if you miss it left on either of those holes, you really got your work cut out for you. So really got to make aggressive swings on those holes, trying to place in the middle of the green. Both those holes kind of have some back shelf to them that's tricky to get to. Don't want to necessarily knock it over the green. It's if I could hit it to the middle of the green, those two every day, 2-putt, make a par, I'd certainly be pretty happy. There's if they move the tees up, maybe there's a pin location you can be a little bit more aggressive to, but it's definitely they're definitely challenging. Front 9, same thing. They've moved the tee up this year. I've played in the past where they've had the tee back quite a bit on the second hole, and it's still got plenty of length, still around 200 yards, but playing that hole from 240 was definitely tough to hit that small target, kind of raised up, and again, quite a bit of slope on that green. Visually, the 7th, skinny target, the entry to the green is pretty narrow. There's a bit of room, in the back section, but you can't really fly it too far into that green, or it's got a good chance of bouncing over. So, really solid shots required. I'd say if I could make a 3 on all those, maybe throw in a 2 for the week, that would be, certainly that would certainly make me happy.
Corey, did you do anything fun during the couple weeks that you weren't playing golf?
Yeah, the last few weeks was back home in Florida with my wife and our little girl Reese. Went out on our boat a few times. Just kind of took it easy. Hung by the pool. Still tried to keep the game sharp. Worked on the game. Played a bunch of rounds. Pretty typical. Nothing out of the ordinary for us. But it was nice to be home. Hadn't spent much time back in Florida throughout the last few months. So it was nice to get home, relax. Picked a few weeds in the garden, and just tried to rejuvenate the mind and body a little bit.
How big of a goal was the President's Cup for you?
Yeah, it was definitely a huge goal. It was really close to making the team in 2019 in Australia, and stung a little bit to not make the team. Definitely motivated me to keep working hard to make sure I earned my spot on the team this time around. And consistent golf was worked out well. Was able to kind of stay in the automatic qualifier slot for quite a while, and I'm thrilled to be on my first President's Cup team. It's been great interacting with the guys, and I know what a blast it'll be next week. We'll have a lot of fun and hopefully play some good golf.
It took you a little longer to establish yourself than maybe you thought it might. Can you relate to Max Homa and the ups and downs he's had in his career?
Yeah, I would say, I've certainly had some ups and downs, but they maybe haven't been quite as extreme. Turned pro, played a year on the Latin America Tour and Canadian Tour, got my Corn Ferry Tour card, and a year on the Corn Ferry Tour. Got out here, and this is my 6th year out here. So, I've felt like I've consistently gotten better. Haven't had as many wins and highs as I want. But that being said, I haven't really had a lot of stretches where I felt sort of lost in my game. I've always felt like things are really close, and don't really remember too many stretches where I missed a number of cuts in a row. So I felt like my consistency has been pretty good. Looking to certainly continue that trend, with a little more of the highs popping in there.
Okay. Last one from me. Do you anticipate playing with Taylor?
We'll have to see. We certainly are really close friends. We've played on a lot of teams together. The national team in Canada and Kent State University lived together every year, and he lived with me down in Florida for a few years. So we're really, really close. We were the best man in each other's wedding. certainly would be very comfortable pairing for both of us. We'll see what the captain wants to do. I don't think anything's quite been decided yet. So I'm not sure. I think there's, a chance, but it's certainly not a guarantee that we'll be paired together. I think it would be, definitely, like I said, a lot of fun to play with him. He's been playing great this year. Some of the things in his game, I love his distance off the tee and his creativity. He's always got a shot. So, it would definitely be pretty cool to pair up with them. But, just sharing this experience with such a close friend is going to be special either way.
One last question, then we'll cut you loose. Not the only Fortinet event going on this week. There's the Fortinet Cup Championship, of which you're the honorary chair, and it benefits, I believe, the foundation that you and Mallory operate. Just a few comments on that and how special of an event that is. Yeah,
it's really cool. I'm a member at the Deer Ridge Golf Club where the Fortinet Cup Championship's being played back in Canada, the Tour Championship on the PGA Tour Canada schedule. So great field of young players there, and I'm excited for them to see the golf course. Unfortunately, would have liked to have been there, but playing here this week, and maybe in the future we'll be able to get up there. But the tournament, my wife and I are honorary chair people, and the tournament's benefiting our foundation. Our foundation's goal is to give back to youth through education and sports in our local communities. And it's been really cool to be in a position to kind of give back to a few things, supporting some kids' athletic programs, making some donations to the local schools. And my wife was a teacher for a few years before I got out on tour here. And, she's really passionate about, everyone getting a good education. And I've played a lot of sports growing up, so being able to provide opportunities for anyone to get into sports, whether it be helping with the entry fees or the sign-up fees or helping with equipment. So being able to do that, it's been great, and the tournament's going to benefit some charities in the local area, and it's quite an honor really for them to have selected us to be involved, and for us to be able to give back.
Okay, well, perfect. Great note to end on. Well, thanks for your time, and we wish you the best of luck this week.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right, so we're going to, Kira, you need